been a while since we've done anything with the car. Weather was bad for a long time, but it is now May in Minnesota. Beautiful, the lilacs are blooming, everything's happening, so it's time to start making this happen. That will do for now. So, this is a 1205 controller. It runs at 48 volts and 500 amps. This is a temporary expedient. I have also purchased a Curtis 1253 controller, which will run at 80 volts and 600 amps. At least that's what it says on the sticker. But I have not for the life of me been able to get the thing to work in my lab. It's got all kinds of safety interlocks on it. It's looking for stuff, you know, contactor circuit and all this other stuff. I haven't been able to figure out how to do it. This is a special appeal to the elite group that is watching this video. If you know how to get a 1253 controller to work, that's what I'm gonna put in here. But for now, I'm just trying to get this machine to move. So I'm gonna run 48 volts to this, to the motor. It'll run like a sick golf cart if it runs at all, but I should be able to at least turn it over, maybe pull it out, bag it back in, that kind of thing, just to make sure that everything is kind of working. But then I got to get that 1253 controller to work, or I need to go way, way back and figure out why the custom motor controller I originally built blew up. I don't know why it blew up. I think because of inductive load, even though it had a freewheeling diode that should have taken the inductive load when I took power off. I think I should have stuck some diodes in there. I think voltage went back and blew up my Arduino controller board, and that's why it stopped working. I'm going to work on that until I figure out the 1253, but if you know how to get a 1253 to work, please let me know, contact me. But in the meantime, we're going to get this 1205 going. I have been able to spin motors in the lab with this and with this throttle controller, so that's where we're going to go today. Thanks. On to the next thing. Attaching cables between this and this. Okay, well, I've got this thing mounted. Negative cable runs to the controller, negative cable that runs to the battery, positive cable that runs to the battery, and then to the motor. Everything's in place. And now I'm just kind of buttoning things. So actually, once I attach these wires from the throttle to this box, today's work is done. I left a lot out today. you missed out on a lot of really salty language, which is probably just as well. But tomorrow, I'm hoping to put in a 24-volt bank of cells. Just see if I can spin the motor, just make sure everything's wired correctly. And then we can talk about building out again the lithium batteries that are ultimately going to be residing in the trunk. So I think that's it for today. Okay, just for the sake of making this worth your while, here's the throttle, and you can see that the safety switch is this pair of wires here, and then the throttle wires run back here. They come all the way across here, snake over the top, and the two throttle controller wires hook in down there. Then this wire is part of the dead switch, and this is the other one. So what happens when the throttle's at full rest, the switch is off. When you pull it back, that switch clicks on and it activates this unit here. So it's a safety interlock. If your foot's off the pedal, there's no power going anywhere. At least that's what I'm given to believe from my reading of this thing. Maybe there's some kind of dormant state or whatever, but anyways, the car shouldn't move. Once you pull the throttle, this resistor in here, this potentiometer, changes resistance, and this starts controlling the voltage by with pulse width modulation. So that's how it does it. It's just little chunks of juice, depending on how much resistance it's reading from the potentiometer in there. So everything's routed, everything's out of the way. This is the ground cable that runs from the controller to the ground. This is the positive cable that runs to the controller and to the battery. And this is the battery negative that runs to the battery. So there's 3 heavy-duty posts on here that are engaged, plus the control circuitry. That's it. It's pretty simple. Like I said, the 1203 is easy to get working. 1253 has so far defeated me. If someone could come back with some tips and pointers on how to get that to work, I want to get to the full potentiality of the array instead of just testing at 48 volts. So, you know, drop me a message, let me know. I'd really appreciate it.